the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is the graduation of the Executive Intelligence Management Course 18 taking place here at this auditorium. My name is Cyril Stover, and I thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I have the rather simple duty to acquaint you with this morning's program. Today's occasion is a graduation ceremony, and I do know that despite the fact that this is a security outfit and that we are high on security here, we also must recognize that at this graduation ceremony, after all those who preside over it, we have gone back to our roots to identify with our culture and traditions. Let me, at this point, invite for his welcome address the Commandant of the National Institute for Security Studies. Let's appreciate him as he comes in to formally welcome you all. Thank you very much.
It is with profound gratitude to Almighty God that I stand before you today on this momentous occasion of the graduation of the Executive Intelligence Management Course 18 participants to celebrate the successful completion of this program, which started on the February 9th of this year. I wish to recognize the visionary leadership of Mr. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, GCFR, whose renewed hope agenda has continued to inspire transformative development across all sectors of our national life. In the same vein, I would like to specially acknowledge the unwavering support and strategic guidance provided by the Director General State Services, Oluwatosin Adeola Ajayi, MON. Sir, your stewardship has been instrumental in navigating the complex security landscape of our nation and providing the necessary direction for this institute to fulfill its mandate. Thank you, sir. The Executive Intelligence Management course, which is the flagship of the program of our institute, has once again demonstrated its unique capacity for building strategic leaders who are equipped to address the complex security challenges of our time. This year's course, which commenced on the 9th of February 2025, brought together 78 distinguished participants drawn from the military, paramilitary agencies, law enforcement organizations, federal and state government strategic agencies, and representation from 5 African countries of Chad, Ghana, Gambia, Somalia, Rwanda, and Kenya. Throughout the 10-month program, participants were engaged in extensive study and rigorous analysis centered on the theme, Non-State Actors in Security Management in Africa, Issues, Challenges, Prospects for Peace and Development. The theme could not have been timelier given the evolving nature of security threats across our continent and the increasing influence of non-state actors in shaping security dynamics within our country and within Africa at large. I am pleased to inform you that the entire program achieved tremendous success beyond expectations. The participants demonstrated exceptional dedication and intellectual curiosity throughout the various components of the course. Your Excellency, sir, this graduation ceremony marks a significant milestone in the history of the Institute. Since its inception, the Institute has graduated 1,050 strategic leaders through the Executive Intelligence Management course. Now, with today's graduation ceremony, we'll be adding 78 to that number, giving us a total of 1,128. Now, looking into the future, the Institute is actively striving to upgrade its full-fledged status, probably to the status of a university. Our vision is to transform NIST into a premier institution that do not only provide executive education, but also contributes to knowledge creation through advanced research, innovation, and strategic studies that addresses Africa's unique complex security challenges. To our distinguished graduates today, marks the beginning of a new chapter in your service to our nation and to the continent at large. You have been equipped with the knowledge which is sufficient to expose you to best practices and challenge to think strategically about the complex security landscape of our time. As you return to your respective agencies and countries, I charge you to be good ambassadors of your respective organizations and this esteemed institute. Remember that the investment made on you and your training is ultimately for the enhancement of security and development of Africa. Finally, I congratulate each and every one of you on these remarkable achievements. May Almighty God guide and protect you as you embark on your next phase of endeavors. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live the DGSSS. Long live the National Institute for Security Studies. Thank you very much.
The Olu of Warri graced the ceremony with a goodwill message, offering royal blessings and commending NIST for its role in molding disciplined and forward-looking security leaders for Nigeria and the international community.
When I got the invitation, I thought to myself, this is a very important topic in our country today. No nation can thrive without its people. In today's world, security is very much increasingly driven by citizens. When some of the graduates, and once again, congratulations to all of you who have successfully passed out today. Some of them came to Warri a few months back, and we got lost in talking about security and oil, because obviously that is where I am very much a stakeholder. And I thought to myself, security begins with the protection of life and property. Over the years, Nigeria has expanded the role of non-state actors through policy and legislation. Yet, with the discovery of rare earth minerals across north and central regions, we are witnessing a spike in security, criminal activity, and we cannot allow solid minerals to become the new resource curse. And I thought to myself, if palm oil gave us peace, groundnut oil gave us pride, but crude oil and minerals that are dug up from the earth come with a different type of energy, perhaps we need to reconsider one or two things. When you nourish and tender what grows from the earth, it is peaceful and it is more straightforward. However, when you are extracting from the earth without considering the people that are on that earth, you are awakening forces that are more greater than profit. And I felt this was a very important point because a lot of the insecurity we see here are tied to resources and people feeling afraid of lack or being taken care of. Policy must therefore integrate the expertise of both state and non-state actors, civil society investors, traditional institutions, and even faith-based actors. Sometimes in humor, there is wisdom. And I want to take a little liberty on faith-based actors. JP, Justices of Peace, Juju Priest, Jesus Pikin, whichever way you want to define them, they are very much a part of that spiritual energy that makes the foundation of what we're trying to build equitable and fair and just. And the final point I want to make, security funding. I had a speech written, but I'm not even going to bother with that because of time. And I must commend His Excellency the President for recently approving, I believe it was 100 billion naira he did, for the rehabilitation of security training institutions. I think this is very much laudable and long overdue. What we require now is further discipline, integrity, unity of purpose, and an unwavering political will. Nigeria stands at a threshold today between what we are and what we can yet become. Nigeria has not yet perfected its systems, and yet we are already a continental force. Imagine what will happen when we finally align and the states and citizens pull in one direction. A secure Nigeria will send shockwaves of stability across West Africa. A stable West Africa will lift the entire continent, and a rising Africa will reshape the global future. As we look to the horizon, we set the faces of our children, the hopes of our mothers, the silent prayers of communities yearning for peace. Their dreams call out to us. Their future depends on the decision we make today. We are all custodians of that future. We are guardians of that hope, and history has brought us to this moment, not by accident, but by assignment. The time is right. The time to get it right is now. The window of Nigeria's destiny is open, and we must not squander this moment. So let us commit boldly, courageously, and decisively to building a nation where security is assured, development is inclusive, and peace is permanent. It is time. Thank you all. God bless you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me now invite, for the purpose of speaking on behalf of former DGs of the DSS, please help me to welcome to the microphone Lawal Musa Daura, MNI.
We're encouraged by the way the Institute has been making progress, but we're more encouraged by what DG Tosin Ajayi has been doing. Honestly speaking, he has done so much within a short period. And the quality of the graduates today is one of such indications. Therefore, graduates of today, you belong to a community. From today, I don't think you should identify with your various services. We are one and one family. I wish you all the best. I wish the management also the best. And in particular, I wish Mr. Tosin Ajayi more grace to his elbow. And to those who honored us, I would say a big thank you to all of you. Thank you very much.
The Director General of the National Intelligence Agency emphasized the need for global cooperation strategic partnerships, and intelligence-led responses in a world increasingly defined by transnational threats.
The Senate President, represented by distinguished Senator Bensi Friday Kwambwe, the Chairman of the occasion and Honorable Minister of Defense, General C.J. Musa, retired, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol as I said earlier. It is a privilege to address this distinguished gathering at the graduation ceremony of the Executive Intelligence Management Course 18. Before I begin, I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, whose presence as special guest of honor affirms the central role of intelligence in safeguarding the nation. I equally wish to acknowledge the presence of His Royal Majesty Ogiami Atuase III, CFR, the Olu of Warri. Your presence underscores the significance of institutional memory, traditional authority, and strategic leadership in national resilience. To the graduating participants, I offer my hearty congratulations. Your accomplishment represents a significant reinforcement of Nigeria's analytical depth and operational capability at a moment when the country faces increasingly interconnected threats. This dynamics calls for development of innovative solutions and anticipating risks that cut across military, economic, and diplomatic cyber domains. The knowledge and discipline you have gained here will guide decision makers, shape strategic choices, and help overcome challenges that could carry national and regional consequences. I am pleased to announce the continuation of the National Directorate of the Directorate General National Intelligence Agency Award for the best graduating foreign participant, valued at 10 million naira. This initiative reflects our recognition that strengthening professional linkages with partner services enhances the trust and rapid coordination required to confront actors who exploit jurisdictional gaps. The responsibility before us is to translate the insight refined in this course into operational effect, to strengthen the bridge between analysis and policy, and to ensure that competition or bureaucratic hesitation never compromise national security. I am confident that the Executive Intelligence Management Course 18 graduates will chart this path with professionalism and clarity. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
In relation to our next speaker, first time I met him at Defense Headquarters, I'd gone on to interview him then. He was newly appointed as the Chief of Army Staff. And as he walked in, I was intimidated by the very presence. I mean, look at this small package and look at the man. My only consolation is that I believe strongly that I'm still growing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the Chief of Defense Staff, General Oluyede. Thank you.
It is with a sense of pride that I join you all today to celebrate the graduation of Executive Intelligence Management Course 18 at this prestigious institute. I must particularly congratulate the Commandant for the exceptional work in leading this institute and shaping yet another set of officers for higher responsibilities within Nigeria's security landscape. You have again provided Nigeria with skilled professionals who can navigate the complex security environment with critical thinking and actionable intelligence. To the graduates, as you step into the field, remember that no one single agency can address our security challenges alone. Working together remains the only path to lasting success. And I want to make it clear that I personally came here today in recognition of the fact that without the intelligence community, the armed forces cannot do anything. So when last night the DG called me that I needed to be here, I said, no, I will be here. We are all important stakeholders, and it's imperative that we rebuild the trust of Nigerians. There's a trust deficit because Nigerians believe that we're not doing enough. So I've come here at this moment to appeal to all of us. For those of you on the other side, without you, we can't do anything. And without us, we can't achieve much too. So it's important for all of us to come together, work out the right solutions to make Nigeria safer so that Nigerians will start believing in us again. And for our brothers from other sister countries who have attended this course, I want to leave you with a message. We're all aware of what is happening in the Sahel region. So it's important for all of us to come together as Africans. So please take this back home, that collectively we can only come together to make things better. So please let that be your message when you get back home. Now, I want to appeal to all of us. These are very trying times. And we have a war to win, and we must win. But it's only when we believe in one another, when there is no competition, when we share the right intelligence, when we get the support of our leaders, that's the only way we can make things better. But I can assure you, we can do it, and we shall do it. So I want to thank all of you, and I want to congratulate the graduating students, the participants rather, and I wish all of you well. Thank you.
The Director General of the Department of State Services, Oluwatosin Ajayi, thanked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his unwavering support and visionary leadership in designing a strategic security architecture for Nigeria. He charged the graduates to deploy intelligence, discipline, and patriotism in the service of national and global security.
Senate President ably represented, Honorable Speaker, Chairman of the occasion, and Honorable Minister of Defense, retired General Christopher Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Aneke, the Director General NIA, Mohammed, representatives of the Chief of Army Staff, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to address you today, and it is with profound gratitude to Almighty God, the giver of life and wisdom, that I stand before you this morning. We are gathered here to celebrate a significant milestone made possible by His grace and benevolence. I wish to first express my deep appreciation to our dear President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for his visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to national security. His steadfast support for the advancement of our intelligence and security architecture remains the bedrock of our collective efforts. My sincere gratitude goes to the Honorable Minister of Defense, who has graciously accepted to serve as chairman of this occasion. Your presence here today underscores the critical synergy between defense, intelligence, and national security management. I commend the commandant of this premier institute and the dedicated faculty members, the entire management team. I say thank you. You have not only been an excellent host, but also intellectual catalyst. Your relentless efforts in shaping strategic thinkers for our nation and continent are vital to our collective security. This year's theme, non-state actors in security management in Africa, issues, challenges, and prospects for peace and development, is not just an academic topic, it is a direct reflection of our contemporary security reality. The imperative of this theme cannot be overemphasized. The security landscape across Africa is no longer defined solely by state actors. A complex array of non-state actors, from transnational criminal networks and violent extremists to private security firms, civil society organizations, and technology platforms, now exert immense influence. They present varying degrees of issues that pose dynamic challenges to state sovereignty and traditional security models, and yet also harbor unconventional prospects for conflict resolution, community policing, and development. I want to believe that engaging with this team for 10 months has equipped our distinguished graduates with the critical lens needed to navigate this complexity. My dear distinguished graduating participants of Executive Intelligence Management Course 18, I offer my heartfelt congratulations. You have successfully endured a rigorous 10-month training exercise designed to stretch your intellect, challenge your assumptions, and refine your strategic competencies. The achievement is a demonstration of your dedication, resilience, and commitment to service. As you step out from this academic environment, 78 of you, including foreign participants from Rwanda, Gambia, Somalia, Ghana, and Kenya, I charge you with this solemn duty. Take the security of this country and our continent with all seriousness it demands. The certificate you are about to receive today is a symbol of trust and a tool for transformation. You have been equipped not just to understand threats, but to anticipate them. Not just to manage crises, but to design systems that prevent crisis. Always remember that security is the indispensable bedrock of development. There can be no prosperity, no social justice, and no sustainable future in an environment of fear and instability. You are now among the strategic leaders entrusted with safeguarding that foundation. Apply the knowledge, networks, and perspectives gained here to foster greater interagency collaboration, to think critically, and to act decisively for the greater good of Nigeria and Africa. I congratulate EIMC 18 once again. May your service be distinguished, and may your contributions lead towards a more peaceful and secure continent. May God bless you all, bless the National Institute for Security Studies, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and bless Africa. Thank you for your attention.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a rare occurrence in our country, Nigeria, that an individual enjoys what we might term 100% 101% support and acceptance on being nominated to public office. I've been in the media for close to 50 years, and I can tell you that I've not seen this happen until quite recently. And this happened to the one who is our next speaker on this occasion, the one that we all want to listen to, the one that I've had the privilege of interviewing a couple of times, and the one who is today the chairman of today's occasion, and the Honorable Minister of Defense. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, join me as I invite to the podium to make his remarks our chairman, Honorable Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa.
Thank you very much. Thank you, please. Can you please take your seats? Thank you very much. Thank you. The representative of the President of the Senate, Senator Benson Friday Kombowe, Honorable Mukhtar Shagaya, Member House of Representatives, Minister of Youth Development, our own dear Ayodele Olawande, the Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Air Staff, Representative of Chief of Army Staff, and Chief of Naval Staff here present, our Royal Father of the Day. Thank you very much, sir. It's good. It's been a long time that we met. I'm happy to be here, sir. Heads of agencies, members of the diplomatic corps. I'm happy to see the ambassador of Switzerland here and all others that are here. Thank you very much. The commandant, our host, thank you for your job well done. The DGNIA, our chief host, the DG DSS, and all the past DG DSS that are here. The foundation you have laid is what we are standing on today. And that's why it's good to appreciate you that when a job is done properly, you will see it climbing up increasingly and producing very professional intelligence officers. We commend you all. To thank Mr. President for considering me worthy for this appointment. It's something I really take it as an honor and a privilege, serving one's country in this capacity. One will have thought, after retiring, just about 5 weeks later, I'm back. It can only be God. And I want to thank the Nigerians too. I want to specifically thank all Nigerians for standing by me, by us. It made me appreciate my country the more. That when you put in the work, you think people are not watching. But the reaction I saw was mind-boggling. And I was wondering whether I was actually the one they were really commending. But it shows, like he said, Nigerians are good people. Whether north, south, east, west, Christian, Muslim, wherever it is. If we can only forget those gaps and think of those things that unite us together, this country, I tell you, is the best country in the world. And so people might want to drag us down for one reason or the other. We refuse to be dragged down. We are stronger, united, and will continue to strive higher and higher. It is with profound sense of honor and responsibility that I stand before you today as the chairman of this auspicious graduation ceremony of the Executive Intelligence Management Course 18. I bring you the warm regards and congratulations of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Let me begin by commending the leadership and staff of the National Institute for Security Studies for their unwavering commitment to building the intellectual and strategic capacity of our nation's security architecture. I must mention this, that this institution has continued to produce individuals that have continued to make great contribution to the security architecture of this country. I've had the privilege, right from when I was a lieutenant colonel, as the commanding officer of the 3 Battalion, in Bielsa, to have worked with very wonderful directors. And all through my career till date, I've been very proud of this institution. So I commend the DG. This institute has over the years established itself as the premier citadel of learning for security and intelligence professionals, not just from Nigeria, but across our sister African nations. And I think that's where Nigeria is great. We understand that we cannot do this alone. And we believe in what the holy books have said: be your brother's keepers. Love your neighbors. And that's what Nigeria has stood for all over. I'm happy to hear countries are here and to assure Africans that united, we can defeat any enemy. We should never allow ourselves to be cowed. The graduation today of these distinguished participants is a testament to their mission. Let me address my remarks first and foremost to you. The stars of today's event, the participants of Course 18. You have successfully navigated a rigorous and demanding course designed to sharpen your minds, expand your perspectives, and equip you with the tools for executive leadership in the complex world of intelligence and national security. The world you are tasked to secure is one characterized by volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous threats. We face not only traditional security challenges, but also a convergence of asymmetric warfare, hybrid threats, cyber attacks, economic sabotage, transnational organized crime, and the weaponization of information. We know the challenges being faced with social media. In this environment, intelligence is no longer just a supportive function. It is the very bedrock upon which proactive national strategy is built. And I want you to always remember that what we have learned here is not meant to live here, that merely you finish from here and that's all. No. It's how do you use it in the field in making things better. The challenges we're facing requires high intelligence gathering, analysis, assessment, support to members of the armed forces and other security agencies, and in fact, and other MDAs, because you work round the clock. So that's why it's important for you to know that what you have been taught here and what you have is something that once you leave here, the impact should be enormous. If you live here and anywhere you are deployed, they don't get your impact for the first month, then there's something wrong. So you must make that determined effort in ensuring that you bring changes, improvement, and upgrades in everything that's happening around you. And I think that's when we start moving forward. This distinction is critical. Management implies foresight, analysis, synthesis, and strategic application to knowledge to guide policy and action. You are now the custodians of a sacred trust and duty to provide your respective agencies and our nation with the clarity needed to make decisions that ensure safety, stability, and prosperity. As the Chief of Defense Staff, we work closely with the DSS. And I can tell you the successes we achieve couldn't have been possible without their input. And that's why it's important that we must learn to understand ourselves, to love ourselves, to support our institutions. And that's the only way we can grow. They say words are powerful. When you hear individuals coming in to castigate their country, castigate their government, castigate themselves. And the question is, if your country fails, what happens to you? And we tend to forget that quite easily. So please, it's an appeal that we must be deliberate in ensuring that we speak positively of our country, pray for our leaders, pray for our institutions, and pray for ourselves, because individuals make the collective. Without the individuals, there will not be collectives. And charity begins at home. So what input, what contribution are you making to the security architecture of your country? It's not for you to sit down and point at somebody else. You ask yourself, today, what have I done to contribute to the success of my own country? And I think if we start having that kind of mindset, things will continue to improve. One of the key themes you have undoubtedly engaged with is this necessity for the interagency collaboration. Siloed operations are a luxury we can no longer afford. No individual, no institution can do it alone. We must work together. The threats we face are networked and agile. The enemy is not relenting. He has nothing to lose. And that's the most dangerous enemy you will ever fight. Somebody who has nothing to lose. So it is for us to stand and ensure that he does not survive the next day. The threats we are facing, networked and agile, our response must equally integrated and swift. The defense sector, which I have the privilege to oversee, relies fundamentally on timely, accurate, and actionable intelligence to protect our territorial integrity and support civil authorities. The effectiveness of our armed forces in theaters of operation is multiplied exponentially by the quality of intelligence you and your colleagues provide. This ceremony is therefore not just an academic milestone, it is a vital strengthening of the ligaments that hold our national security apparatus together. I charge you to be apostles to synergy. Build the bridges you have started constructing here among yourselves. Let the networks forged in this classroom become the operational channels that will defeat our common adversaries. And they are everywhere, both within and outside. As you ascend to higher executive responsibilities, you must carry with you an unshakable commitment to the highest standards of professionalism and ethics. Intelligence work is powerful, and with that power comes immense responsibility. You must be guardians of the truth, unwavering in your integrity, and steadfast in your dedication to the Nigerian Constitution and the national interest above all else. In a democracy, the intelligence community must both be effective and accountable, operating with a firm legal and ethical compass, which we have seen over and over. And I want to commend you for that. There are no more media shows. It is highly professional. You are to be the analytical thinkers, not mere conformists. This aspect of now so we do, I think, kills us. When you come to a place, look at how things are being done. What can we do better? That's the only way we can improve. And I can see that improvement happening over and over. So it's a challenge. The DG is giving you a challenge. That wherever you are deployed, learn to follow what he's doing, making changes, bringing improvements all around the country. You are to be the analytical thinkers, not mere conformists. Your analysis must be bold, evidence-based, and fearless, even when the truths are inconvenient. The security of our nation depends on your courage to speak truth to power. To the commandant and the entire team, I say thank you. Thank you for molding these sharp minds. The investment in this course is an investment in Nigerians' future security and leadership. To the proud families and organizations of these graduates, I congratulate you. Your support has been invaluable in their journey, especially the spouses. I know it's always not been easy. 10 months, I can imagine what you went through. Their absence at home. I want to say a very big thank you. And finally, to the celebrated graduates, you are entering a critical phase of your service to our nation. You depart this institution not just with a certificate, but with a toolkit for strategic thoughts and a network of peers. The nation expects much from you as you return to your duty posts. Be the change agents, be the innovators, be the leaders who will leverage intelligence to foresee challenges, manage risk, and create opportunities for a more secure, peaceful, and prosperous Nigeria. Your graduation today is not an end, but the commencement of a more demanding and impactful chapter of national service. I have full confidence that you are equal to the task. Congratulations, and may God bless you all. Bless the National Institute for Security Studies. Bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and bless all Nigerians. Thank you.
He was emphatic that national security must no longer be reduced to media shows or public theater, but driven by discipline, professionalism, and results. He stressed that the era of conforming to old norms is over, urging the newly inducted fellows of the Institute to adapt, think strategically, and deliver quietly and effectively in line with modern security realities.
There are no more media shows. It is highly professional. You are to be the analytical thinkers, not mere conformists. This aspect of now so we did one, I think kills us. When you come to a place, look at how things have been done, what can we do better? That's the only way we can improve. And I can see that improvement happening over and over. So it's a challenge. The DG is giving you a challenge. That wherever you are deployed, learn to follow what he's doing, making changes, bringing improvements all around the country.
In his goodwill message, representative of the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, reaffirmed the legislator's commitment to strengthening Nigeria's security institutions through policy support and strategic oversight.
And I want to sincerely appreciate all of you that are here. I'm standing in here representing the Senate President as a player and as one that have been in the corridors of power. I also know a lot that has been happening within and outside Nigeria. I want to sincerely believe that what you have learned here is not just because of the certificate given to you. You are all aware, as Nigerians and Africans, we are particularly in the West African suburb, we are in the very critical times. Those of you who are saddled with the responsibility of securing lives and properties have to be trained and retrained. And so it is worthwhile that you come along to refreshen your minds. Even though you have known, you have learned so much, it is still very good and very accurate that you come to learn the exigencies of the time. The effects of your training that you have gotten here will only be felt when we see society getting better on the area of security. As for the Senate, we are here, and the Senate President just have whispered that it has always been the practice of the Senate to attend to security issues with just the glimpse of the eye. And that is what we have been doing over and over all the time. And the issues of security has been always on the front burner. You are now to defend other people. I want to sincerely thank all of you that dared your minds and to ensure that you are here. Not just here, you are holding forth for Nigeria and for everybody. So I want to thank you, and God bless you.
Two of the graduates then delivered votes of thanks, one on behalf of the Nigerian participants and the other representing the foreign graduates, expressing gratitude for the transformative training and strategic exposure provided by the National Institute for Security Studies.
Kindly permit me, sir, to adopt the existing protocol. Sir, on behalf of my fellow foreign participants of Executive Intelligence Management Course 18, 2025, I first would like to express our profound gratitude to the Almighty God for bringing us from far and near to be part of this wonderful family. We also want to thank the DGSS for the unique opportunity that he gave us to mingle with our fellow colleagues from almost 30 agencies across the continent. Is a rare and unique opportunity. And to the commandant and management staff of NISS, we say thank you for the fatherly love shown us, providing us the environment for us to nurture our thoughts and synergy that we have developed over the 10-month period. And to our fellow AIMSC participants, we say thank you for the welcome you gave us. You accepted us as one of your own. Anybody who comes here doesn't see a Ghanaian, a Gambian, a Chadian, a Rwandan or Somalian. We all saw as Nigerian. And they gave me the name Adewale. And our guest of honor said, the chairman said, please be rest assured that the bond and synergy that we've developed over the 10-month period will stand the test of time. And we assure you that we'll still work together to address the challenging security that the African continent faces. Once again, we are grateful and thank you, sir.
The chairman of the occasion, sir. This has been an extraordinary program undertaken. The National Institute for Security Studies stands a beacon of knowledge and excellence. Today, we gather to celebrate. I can affirm with genuine pride that the NISS has once again fulfilled its critical mission. The ministries, departments, and agencies across Nigeria and Africa send their finest here to strengthen their strategies, capabilities, and deepen their understanding of contemporary security challenges. We leave this institute today completely transformed. We arrived here 10 months ago as capable professionals, and we depart today as leaders fulfilled by immense wisdom, shaped by rigorous training, and inspired by enlightenment that will ripple through our respective organizations and indeed across our nations. Throughout this course, we engage with luminous minds and transformative ideas. The wealth of experience shared with us during the course has invigorated our spirit and fortified our resolve. We now possess sharper analytical tools, deeper contextual knowledge, and renewed determination to confront the multifaceted challenges facing our agencies and nations. Yet, as we celebrate our collective achievement, I give my sincere appreciation to the Director General of the State Security Service, Mr. Oluwatosin Adeola Ajayi, MON, a transformative leader, mentor, and a father whose uncommon leadership positively changed the dynamics of the security landscape. Thank you, sir.
A retired director of the DSS, Mike Ejiofor, formally inducted the graduates into the NIS alumni, marking their transition into a lifelong network of strategic intelligence and security leaders.
My DG, sir, transformational DG, who has always been together with the Honorable Minister. Former DGs, service chiefs, permit me to stand on existing protocol. My job is here simple: to welcome the fellows of the National Institute of Security Studies into our alumni association. But before I do that, I want to remind you that you are living here not just as ambassadors of the school, but ambassadors of the Alumni Association. You must represent us anywhere you are very well. And you can see that you have been brushed up. We have a lot of security challenges in the country. As you are living here, you might come. The main purpose of this institution is to have that synergy among the agencies. As you live here, you might come to a state where you have both the Army, police, SSS as fellows of the Security Institute. So it becomes easier for you to manage such a security situation. So you are welcome and congratulations. I believe you have all been given the oath of induction, which has been filled out. So I want the MG to be here. Let us stand and take the oath. Then you put your name, then go ahead and complete the.
The ceremony climaxed with the presentation of awards and certificates to outstanding graduates in various categories, each honored with cash gifts for academic excellence and leadership distinction.
This wonderful prize is sponsored by the National Security Advisor to the tune of 20 million.
The conferment of honors, the EIMC 18 graduation ceremony, drew to a close, formally unveiling a new cohort of strategic leaders prepared to confront the complex security challenges of today and tomorrow. And as the curtain fell on the EIMC 18 graduation ceremony, the DG DSS Oluwatosin Ajayi led his guests to inspect a security technology facility nearing completion, a joint initiative of the DSS and NASENI. He says the project is part of President Tinubu's directive to retool intelligence and research into practical homegrown solutions, reducing reliance on foreign equipment while strengthening national security and positioning Nigeria as a regional hub for security technology. Further details on the commissioning will be made available duly.
We'll all recite the national prayer, which is the third stanza of the national anthem. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and that brings to a conclusion this event, except for the photographs and the other announcements we had made.